and the masters of the universe. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull.
I looked up to see if there's a gay sex act called the Prince Adam, but there isn't. I really thought there would be. Sorry.
If I'm thinking the Prince Adam, I'm thinking like something about rubbing your thumb across like a circumcised dick top.
I don't know if this is content.
This is content.
No,
we
too
can
much
move on.
gay shit. We just did big guns too. Come on, let's get off.
Ballard, we're a
let's get
gay
off He-Man.
podcast. If you haven't figured it out,
What? I'm sorry. I don't know anything else to talk about with He-Man. He's a gay icon.
Live from Cool Boys Central. Hold your dicks and rub your tits.
You'll be ice cold.
Here come the Cool Boys.
Just a young boy.
So cool.
so cool, so cool.
I'm so cool boy.
All right, let's get into this shit. All right.
I switched gyms. I quit Planet Fitness and joined 24 Hour. I'm back for the third time. I re-upped my 24 Hour Fitness.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because after I saw Thor, because of Hemsworth's body is so fucking good that I was like, I have to do more with myself. I have to realize more potential. And I tried to go to Planet Fitness and everybody was on fucking Facebook on the machines, the fucking Smith machines. It's just like nobody works out. They just sit there and wait for the free pizza.
Free pizza?
They give you free pizza.
What? That seems weird. I'd be like, hey, go work out, eat some free pizza.
Planet Fitness is not a real gym. It's a gym for people. It's a motivation gym. It's for people to feel like they're working out. They don't do anything there.
No, go to Curves.
They don't let men join.
Ooh,
Oh.
what 24 are you at?
Don't dox me. Want to know?
Oh, is it the one where the guys have sex in the hot tubs?
Yep. That is, yeah.
Sherman Oaks, dude. That's where all the porn stars are at. If you really want to be a true Felkster, you go to the Sherman Oaks 24-hour fitness. The Magic Johnson 24-hour fitness.
I will drive there at some point because I'm a member of all of them.
I do like that. That's a nice touch.
I don't like that Magic Johnson works out there. I don't know if I'd be comfortable being in the same hot tub as him.
What does that mean?
AIDS. Greetings, Cool Boy Nation, and welcome to another installment of the Cool Boys Podcast. I'm Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera Felk.
I'm Brave Star Ballard.
And I'm Noozles Nolan.
I am very out of touch with the subject matter tonight. I just don't know as much as I thought I did about 80s cartoons. I don't know what Brave Star or Noozles are. Those both sound like S&M safe words.
Noozles never heard of. Brave Star is the Native American Indian on like planet Texas, which you should know about, who has a horse that turns into a gun shooting horse.
Never heard
He's
of
a
it.
Native American who has the power of the wolf, like the fucking fox and the tiger. Some shit.
That sounds
And
like cultural appropriation.
He fights zombies on planet Texas.
Oh yeah, and he gets like powers from like fucking wolves and like mountain lions and bears and shit.
I just said that.
Oh, you did? What are you drinking tonight? I'm curious.
What am I drinking tonight?
Yeah, what are you drinking?
Tonight's episode is about 80s cartoons, and you know what? You can't spell cartoons without Coors.
Oh man, that's a horrible drink for tonight.
I'm drinking Coors Light. What are you guys drinking?
You're drinking Coors Light? God, that's like what, like 2% alcohol? You're having
Nice
one Coors Light?
and watery. It's hydrating.
Man. That's the worst drink you've ever had. That's worse than your Hurricane.
Silver Bullet is good though. I like the Silver Bullet.
No, it's the worst beer.
I like it says cold water.
Miller is the worst beer.
I'll take a Miller Lite over a Coors Light any day.
Miller High Life is horrible.
Oh, yeah. Oh, terrible.
The
Terrible.
mountains turn blue when it's cold.
Oh, that's always a great feature. I need to know when my beer's cold.
We've talked about this before. I've been to the Coors Brewery, had their best beer they had to offer, and I still thought it tasted like piss.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We did have a whole conversation about this back in like episode 7 or some shit.
How much piss have you tasted?
Tasted so much piss.
When you say it tastes like piss, what do you really mean? It just tastes watery? It tastes watered down?
Tastes like the smell of piss. I think Coors Light actually tastes like the smell of piss. I smell a urinal when I smell it.
Well, that's because that's because it goes through the body and people piss it out, and then that's what it smells like.
Yeah, it must be like flashbacks to like troughs in like stadiums when I was a kid.
Oh man, well I didn't go to those.
Too many dicks in my face.
Far too many dicks, I would imagine. Okay, well, great, Felk. Great. You're drinking a Coors. Noli, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking an old fashioned with simple syrup, an ice cube, some bitters, and some Woodford Reserved whiskey bourbon.
That's quality shit. I had an old fashioned last night. And here's the remnants of it.
Oh, Jesus. You left that on your desk all night long?
Yep.
Wonderful. Nice, Noli. That is a man's drink.
Greetings, Cool Boy
Nobody
Nation.
cares about what I'm drinking at night? Well, it doesn't really matter.
Is it a Paddington? Is it a Paddington?
It's a Paddington.
It's a Paddington. This episode, we'll be discussing 1980s cartoons and all the fabulous boners they have given us. We will rank our top 5 favorite 80s cartoons, reminisce about some forgotten gems, and let you all know which set of cartoon tits we like to fuck the most. But first, we have some Cool Boy updates. So, gents, what have you been up to?
Well, we should do our post-mortem for our last episode, which was the Cool Boys Watch Gay Porn. So, hey guys, are you gay now?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Not now.
That was pretty gay.
It's been a week. I think I'm recovered, but I was having flashbacks for a couple of days of like listening to the episode back. I forgot that the gay scene with the black guys happened. All that was in my mind was just the sweaty white man with hairy asses and like those close-up shots of like ball sacks hitting like a butthole and like I could not get that out of my brain for a long time.
Tight ball sacks.
Too tight. All the nipple grabbing and nipple kissing.
Yeah, so I thought that there were some maneuvers that were pretty standard, and one of them was nipple grabbing. The other one was
Belly rubbing.
Limp dick coming, and the other thing that I was shocked by was fucking no facials.
Heavily avoided facials. They just tried to get their faces out of the way like
they did.
Plague.
Totally. And I guess for Cool Boy Nation, who will never listen to that episode because it's so bizarre, I just remember like listening back to that guy who's just like jizzing all over the floor, like no one's even around him. Like I couldn't comprehend how it would just go from like one dick jizzing to another close-up of a dick jizzing. It was like the director, what's his name? Billy Elliot or?
No, Josh Elliott.
Josh, horrible director, editor, because I know you did everything.
Yeah, he edited and directed, yeah.
You don't do that. And you don't cut to a gay porn scene and then cut right to like a guy writing the letter for 2 seconds and cut it back to
for
gay
like
porn.
what? It was like 2 seconds and then he
2
cut away?
seconds max.
The narrative structure was rough. But
Felk, you were absolutely correct. That first sex scene, it did absolutely get aggressive all of a sudden.
It did.
Escalation.
We start carrying semi-automatics, they buy automatics. We start wearing Kevlar, they buy armor-piercing rounds. And you're wearing a mask.
Escalated.
The part that really bothered me, touching on the no coming on faces, I get coming on thighs, coming on chest, whatever. But the scene between John Cena and I think Steve Rambo he came on the guy's socks. What the fuck was that?
I was just kind of disappointed with the lack of plot and how it just was so much sex and like the older movies had plot and that had zero plot. I was perturbed by how much sex was happening on screen. It was just too much.
It was horrible, but let's face it, it was 98. They got past plot by 98. Plot was more of like an early 90s, 80s, 70s thing. And you, Noli, did seem to enjoy the gay porn the most during the recording.
That is not true. If you listen to it, you hear me multiple times say, I don't want to be here right now. I don't want to do this.
Except there's a lot of times you stop conversations to point out cum shots.
You know what? Because when I do something, I fucking do it right.
That's right.
10 years ago, you two forced me to watch The Room, and within 20 minutes you said, this is a bad idea, we should turn this off. And I said, nope, we're finishing this because I came here, I set aside 2 hours, we're watching this fucking movie. Just like when you said we're watching gay porn, I set aside 2 hours, and I'm like, we're going to watch this shit.
You discouraged us from watching The Room? You were the one who like texted Nolan and be like, come over, this is amazing.
No, Felk, Noli did not want to do The Room. I mean, he's the one who brought it to our attention, but he didn't want to watch it. Yeah. We forced him into watching it. Then you and I were like, fuck this. Let's just go do something else. And Noli was like, no, we have to finish this.
Yeah. Within 20 minutes, you guys were over it. And I was like, no, we're finishing this.
Yeah, we're finishing this. Yeah, and we did.
Oh, hi, Mark.
The Room's great.
Great film. Big Guns 2, The Room, same level. Both fantastic. Recommended.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the room's a little better than Big Guns 2.
There's more ball sack in Big Guns 2.
For sure. All right. Well, so Nola, you had PTSD. Obviously, that's what you were struggling with all of this last week, right? Gay porn PTSD?
PTSD really has no meaning anymore.
Well, Felk, there's PTSD up here with Firebrain.
Firebrain?
People have Firebrain now.
So is that like legitimately a thing? Hashtag
That's
Firebrain?
a legitimate thing up here. Yeah, I don't know if it's like a scientific legitimate thing, but people say it up here.
People are saying, I got Firebrain.
I got Firebrain right now.
You know what you should say in response to that? I've got space dementia.
Got space dementia.
He's got space dementia.
He's got space dementia. Steve Buscemi's character, and then just start firing off a fucking random space like fucking drill gun or some shit.
Yeah, it was a machine gun, which was there for some reason
for drilling.
Yeah, it was a drilling gun.
That's right. So my update is more of a special report, and we're gonna play that for you, Cool Boy Nation, right now. Cool Boy.
Oh man.
All right, so we just finished going into this gay art exhibit, right? I guess is what you would call that, right? And so this is Ballard right here, obviously, and this is Andy. And Andy and I went to this art exhibit, and this is gonna, I guess, be our raw, fresh take. So we just saw essentially a bunch of different men, and I guess one girl, wearing penis underwear, and it made it look like their penises were out. And so, yeah, I just stared at a bunch of penises. What's your take on seeing all those penises right now, Andy?
I feel sweaty.
Yeah, you feel a little sweaty?
I feel a little sweaty.
I definitely shouldn't have worn a sweatshirt. I feel sweaty too. We're walking right now on a beautiful Saturday here in San Francisco, along Market Street right now, and there was a lot of dicks. There was one guy named David, and he had a huge dick underneath his penis underwear, which was very distracting. Would you say so, Andy?
Yeah, we couldn't stop staring at it. Mike kept turning left.
I turned left to look at it.
Stealing some more glances.
Absolutely, I couldn't stop. It was awkward, I thought, to be staring at dicks for so long and then to pretend that you thought it was something more than that.
Yeah, I don't get art.
Yeah, I really don't get art either. Those girls clearly just try to get around us because they were completely annoyed by us talking behind them. They were just like, let's pretend to go into this store real quick because these guys are creeps. Yeah. So, yeah. I give... how many boys would you give that installation, that art installation?
I don't think I could give any art installation anywhere near five boys. Is there a 5-boy art installation? I mean,
I don't know.
Like the Louvre, I would give 5.
No, Louvre is like 3 out of 5 boys, easy.
So anything you'd give 5?
No.
Yeah.
I'd say that was probably like a 2 out of 5 boys right there. What we just experienced.
I would say 1.
Yeah.
They had good cheese. They gave us cheese.
There was cheese. There was some cheese and
2.
crackers.
1.5.
Yeah, they had cheese and crackers and some wines. So that's good, yeah. Yeah, 2 out of 5 boys.
I think we're missing something. The most momentous part was there is a all-gender bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Stinks in here.
Excuse me. Sorry. And I actually forgot to flush, and I kind of left it a little bit of a mess, and she kind of startled me because I forgot to close the door also, and so it being a all gender bathroom, I thought leaving the door open was okay. It's what I chose to do. It's how I felt I needed to pee in that moment. She came barging in, and then I didn't clean the seat, and so she came rushing in and closed that door. So I mean, she probably had to take a shit, and she just shat on a wet piss seat. And you know what? Don't barge in next time when someone's clearly standing up and pissing in an all-gender bathroom. I have audio of that too.
Really?
Oh yeah, of course. I've been recording this whole time. Play that audio now. Excuse me. Sorry. All right. Well, now that was it, I guess, of Andy and Ballard go to art exhibits and review them. Now we're off to go see some more art in Thor Ragnarok. Andy, are you excited?
I'm very excited. I'm very excited about Thor.
I'm a lot less anxious seeing Thor Ragnarok than I was about seeing a whole bunch of men in dick underwear right now.
Cool
Oh man.
Guys, let's stop talking about gay porn.
Please.
Let's talk about some 80s cartoons. So I got a couple questions for you. First of all, would you rather get butt fucked by Beastman or Man-at-Arms? Simple questions, folks. Something simple to wrap your brain around.
I don't know who those
Beastman.
I don't know who those are. Who's Man-at-Arms?
He-Man's sidekick. Come on.
Yeah, and
How much
Beastman-
older are you guys? Well, we'll discuss this later. I don't remember these things. I don't remember these things. I remember the He-Man toy that smelled like a skunk.
Stinkor.
That's on the nose.
Beastman was Skeletor's right-hand man. He was a beast and a man.
Yeah, but I loved his furry like red hair. Like I think that would be the best part about being. What was it? What was the question again? Butt fucked again?
Get
by
butt
him?
fucked by Beastman or Man-at-Arms.
Yeah, but I mean, Man-at-Arms is just far too gay. I mean, he seriously looks like he wants you to fuck him. So I want to be butt fucked by, I guess, the Beast.
An animal.
An animal.
Yeah, I'm worried about Man-at-Arms. I'm worried he can like switch his arm out, so I could see him switching on to like a furious dildo and just fucking jackhammer it right into my ass and like.
All of a sudden, that's absolutely a legit fear, Nolan. You have.
And you can't do anything to him. You can't hit him because he has like a fucking armor-plated helmet on.
No, but no, you can't. No, of course you can't.
But that mustache, so enticing.
It's the mustache that tells me he wants to do the fucking.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
also, he wants to be fucked.
How's the Silver Folk's head? This is right up his alley.
Felk, He-Man.
I was 2 like when the show was on, dude.
Yeah, okay.
I don't
We're
remember
not
the show.
that much older than you, dude.
I know, but I
Like
don't
a
get
year.
it. I don't get it. I remembered some of the toys. I don't remember.
All right, well, moving on to the next question. You'll get this.
Obviously.
Would you rather jerk off Michelangelo or Raphael?
Oh, jerked
Oh, for
off.
sure,
I was
Michelangelo.
some reason I read jerked off by, and that's obviously the party jerk off, not the angry jerk off. You want Michelangelo. As far as jerking off, Raphael would hate you, but he'd need you. Michelangelo would just be cool, whatever. I go with Michelangelo. I feel like he would come
No,
faster.
you're wrong. You're wrong. Raphael is cool, but rude. Give me a break. Michelangelo, he's a party dude.
Yeah, he's a party dude.
Totally.
I think Michelangelo's the obvious answer because he's a party dude.
You prefer
That's
when
what
you think
Felk
of
said. Felk said he'd prefer Michelangelo.
I said prefer Michelangelo.
Oh, I thought you said Raphael. Sorry.
I just said cool, and you said
But rude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's obvious. Michelangelo would love it, and Raphael would be angry the whole time, be like, I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
See, here's my problem, right? Raphael, he'll probably do like that angry cum, so it's probably fast, right? And he's just like, and he spurts it, like boom, like it's a straight line and it lands.
Oh.
But
I don't know about that.
Michelangelo, he's gonna be just like Big Guns too. That shit's going all over because it's a party favor. He's just spraying it everywhere. It's like fucking confetti, and he's just like launching. You're gonna get cum in your cheese pizza. You're gonna get cum on your fucking shirt, right?
Oh.
You're gonna get cum in your fucking Pepsi Cola. You don't want that shit.
Okay. So we have our answers.
But yeah,
Okay.
I think we all agree Michelangelo.
Yeah, perfect answer.
I think I know the next one.
Next question's for Felk and
Rim-
Ballard. Would you rather Rim Orko or Snarf?
Okay. Before you answer, I need a clarification. Snarf is the little like rat cat kind of thing that goes Snarf
Yes.
Snarf.
Yes, the red, yellow, peach thing.
Orko is the floating Final
It's the
Fantasy
fucking
character.
hooded ghost thing.
Orko's a floating He-Man character.
So it's pretty confident that Snarf being cat-like, he's definitely a mammal.
Snarf!
He'd have an asshole. But Orko probably like he's just a floating orb, right? Like,
Yeah, you don't know what you're getting with Orko's asshole. You could be getting the dirtiest asshole you've ever seen, or you could be seeing a glorious fucking tight teenage girl asshole.
I think he doesn't.
No.
I
think it's obvious. The answer's Snarf.
I'm at 18. Okay, guys, 18.
I don't think Orko has an asshole. So I guess I'd rim whatever he has.
That's not an answer.
I choose the unknown. I choose
Yeah,
the mystery.
Orko's an unknown. Snarf, it doesn't look good. It looks hairy. It looks scaly.
Snarf would be like licking a dog's butthole, while fucking Orko would be like licking an alien's butthole.
I don't know what the alien butthole's like, and
Exactly.
that's why I want to go in the mystery. I want to journey into the unknown.
All right, so we're all doing Orko.
No, I'm doing Snarf.
Oh, you're a snarfer. Okay.
Snarf.
Yeah. Last question: would you rather suck off Destro or Dr. Mindbender? And if you don't know who Dr. Mindbender is, Cool Boy Nation, just Google him real quickly because this might change your answer.
No, right. I have a question for you.
Dr.
Is Destro
Bender
have a metal cock?
Oh,
I don't know if we know that. We know he has a metal head.
it's face
I
only,
know,
I think.
but does he have a metal cock?
It's possible.
That's everything for me.
Oh, it's everything for you.
If he has a solid metal fucking cobra cock, I'm definitely going with fucking Destro.
But what if he doesn't?
He
Well,
doesn't.
then I have to go with fucking Dr. fucking Mindbender or whatever the fuck his name is.
Dr. Mindbender's fucking jacked.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's
it's not that. It's that fucking mustache, and was it like a monocle he had?
Yeah, he has a monocle.
It is a monocle.
And he's got a wonderful cape.
It
got a
does.
wonderful body. I think he's just like
No,
so...
that's standard G.I. Joe body, Noli.
This cartoon was for children.
Yes.
So is he, man. They're all so ripped and wearing nothing.
It's very much like Big Guns too, except much more extreme and muscular. This is a gay porn outfit he's wearing.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's why I was looking for family friendly material for this next podcast after a gay one, but then I realized 80s cartoons, they're just as gay.
They're wearing shit that people wear to Folsom. Yeah. It's really creepy. Like this is what we put on fucking air for kids to like be like aspire to
dude,
be
it was
that
the 80s,
guy.
Man.
What?
80s, dude. It was all about celebrating the bod, and it was all about the male bod. I mean, I did a whole paper about this in college.
Hopefully you got an A+ because
I did.
accurate.
There's just like 7 years, all mostly falling in the 80s, where like the amount of cocaine in Hollywood really affected the rest of America through like what coked up executives thought was like okay.
Yeah.
And then it got filtered into It
was 82 to 89. Peak homoeroticism and peak testosterone.
Totally.
Very weird.
Great time.
I love it. Great time.
Happy to be alive.
I guess my problem with Destro is like that helmet. I could just see him staring at me while I'm doing that. And like, I'm not down with that really.
Dude, are you kidding me? You see a chrome fucking cock?
We've established his cock is not chrome.
We established it was chrome. And are you kidding me? Sucking on a chrome cock would be so funny.
We established he doesn't have a chrome cock.
No, he doesn't.
You said
if
he doesn't have a chrome cock, would I go for Dr. Mindbender? I said, of course. But if he does have a chrome cock, I'm definitely Destro. And we need to figure out if he has a chrome cock or not. Because it would be so funny to suck on a chrome cock. I would be laughing. That would be funny to me.
Yeah. Detective Phil, search the dark corners of the interwebs and please get back to us.
I'm looking it up right now. This is Destro. He wears a mask formed from beryllium steel, a tradition dating back to the Wars of the Three Kingdoms, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but did he do the same thing to his cock?
It's a fucking mask on his face. There's no reason to assume he has a metal cock.
Have you looked into any fan art at all yet?
Destro nude is next.
Yes, come on. Come on. You're not looking in the right areas. Don't look in the actual G.I. Joe fucking, Wikipedia page. Destro has a fucking chrome cock.
All right, I have. You're getting fan art. Hold on.
Destro chrome cock. That's all you got to type in.
He has a human cock.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Mindbender it is.
Because he has a human cock?
Yeah. I agree with Noli. I don't want to look at my face the whole time when I'm like looking up at him. Because, I only suck dick with my eyes open looking you in your eyes.
Yeah, and he polishes that every day, so it's a good reflection of yourself.
He's got fucking all kinds of waxes next to his bedside.
I don't know. Seeing myself on film though, that's a turn on for some people. Maybe it turns me on. I don't know. I've never done it.
You've never tried? It doesn't turn me on.
So I guess it's Dr. Mindbender, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Mindbender. I think you're absolutely right.
Perfect.
Cool Boy Nation, if there is a would you rather you would like us to discuss on a future podcast, please email us at thecoolboyspodcast@gmail.com. Well, cool boys, I don't think you can get a more topical would you rather than that. Personally, for me, all this talk of interspecies gay sex is making my rad rod ooze with pre-cum and my teenage ass cheeks hit back and forth like a beating drum. Time Time to move on to our Cool Boy Show top.
Report preliminary findings.
Not worried about her. We gotta keep him gagged.
Cool Boy Nation, pop your cocks and drop your tops.
It might be interesting and important for you to know.
It's time for our Cool Boy Show topic.
Hey, I like that.
Spoilers. No sweat. So cool.
Tonight our show topic is about 80s cartoons. And first off, we're going to start with one popular show you didn't love.
And what Phil means by that is one popular show that everyone else loves that we didn't love. So, I mean, Phil, is there a popular show from the 80s cartoon genre that you don't like?
So I'm not as huge a fan of a lot of the shows that are going to pop up, so I don't want to like spoil that. So I'm just going to acknowledge one that I really disliked that was from the 80s that I don't think will be on your list. So there was the Garfield show, all right? And it was just about Garfield. But like half of every episode was dedicated to these fucking farm animals. It was called U.S. Acres, and it was it had Sheldon or something like a weird chick that wouldn't come out of his shell, and then, I don't know, like a duck. It was the most. All the characters
the main character
was
a pig, right?
I think the main character was a pig. I hated it. I hated that show.
I didn't hate it, but now that you mention it, I was like, I wanted more Garfield, and that show would come on, and I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
It was Jim Davis trying to push one of his other shitty cartoons that no one cared about. Oh, you want to do a Garfield show?
Oh,
you got to do U.S. Acres.
And it's not uncommon. That wasn't, by the way, first of all, this is not uncommon. Okay, Eek the Cat had thunder lizards afterwards. I mean, this is a very common thing that they did with cartoons.
Heathcliff had the Cadillac cats in the middle of it.
Exactly, yeah, and I loved them.
I don't remember
fucking
that.
Cool hat that the main one wore.
I like thunder lizards more than Eek the Cat.
I love thunder lizards. Yeah, Eek the Cat is my favorite.
That was 90s, though, dude.
Yeah, that's 90s.
No, I know it's 90s. I'm just saying it wasn't uncommon to have a show, and then the show had a second show that you pushed afterwards.
And I think that pig show might be 90s too. I'm not sure. If
No. U.S. Acres was like 80s. It was like mid 80s.
Yeah, 87. 87.
Okay.
Garfield, that whole season of Garfield started in the 80s.
Yep.
That's another thing is some of these shows do start in like 89 and go into the 90s. I don't think I have any of those on my list. I think I have straight 80s shows on my list.
Okay. I might have a couple of those.
I might have one or two crossovers. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well, then that what nicely segues us into what is our top 5.
Well, Ballard, did you say what you hated though?
Oh, sorry.
No, I didn't actually.
Well, I guess I'm the villain of the week now. I'm sorry, Ballard.
Why are you the villain of the week?
Because I forgot about you.
Again. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because you guys moved past me on my drink, too. You guys are being dicks to Ballard tonight. Well, anyways. Yeah, I guess the one show that I didn't really care for that everybody watched was The Real Ghostbusters. I didn't care for it.
I agree. It was too off. It was like, I just didn't like the way that they didn't look like the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I grew up on a lot of shit, but I had 2 VHSs in the house that were mine as a kid, as a little child.
Big Guns 1.
And one was called GB1.
The pre-con
and that
classic.
was Ghostbusters 1. And the other one I will mention later. And I loved Ghostbusters. So The Real Ghostbusters to me was a fraud from the get-go. Interesting fact, my kids watched The Real Ghostbusters recently during Halloween. And the voice of Venkman
It's Garfield.
is played by the same guy who did Garfield.
Yeah.
Who Bill Murray eventually played Garfield, and he did Peter Venkman originally.
That's actually crazy. He's like Pedro Sanchez or something.
Is that really the actor?
He's a Spanish actor. I'm not sure what his name is.
The guy who does Garfield and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But I disagree with both of you on that. I think Real Ghostbusters is a fantastic 80s gem. It might make it onto my list. It's very different than the movie. I don't think it was supposed to be the movie. It was like Slimer was like the house mascot.
The problem is that the Ghostbusters 2
Nolan. Lorenzo Music.
Lorenzo Music.
That's his fucking name.
That'd be a good name to see in Big Guns too.
Yep.
Yeah, it would. Oh, that would be the fucking end capper, the guy that was in Ray Harley's position the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He needed an ass pulled from his hair.
Yeah. I think it was the other way around.
No, wait, Nolan, what was yours?
I'm probably going to offend a lot of listeners here, maybe some of you guys too. I don't like Japanimation or anime.
Okay.
I know what you're going to say.
I don't hate the show, but like I
Jesus,
just
don't
never
say
got
it.
into it. I'm gonna say it.
No,
Balor's top 5, but it's Voltron. I liked it when they all had these crazy animals and vehicles, and they all got together, and that was cool. But at the same time, that shit is so bizarre. Like you can't. The lip movements like all off, and like just crazy art style. I'm not down with it.
That's because they're speaking Japanese.
When we do touch upon Voltron, I'm sure in someone's list at one point, it's actually what I would consider a virus on childhood. And I will point that out later with other shows to prove my point. But tune in later for more information on that.
All right. Well, we said what we don't like. Let's get into what we do like. Ballard, let's start our top 5 favorite 80s cartoons.
Number 5. Well, guys, my number 5 could be anyone's number 1. Could be anyone's number 2. Could be anyone's number 3. Most importantly, it could be anyone's number 4.
Oh.
But finally, it's my number 5.
All right.
And it's...
Not on my list.
Not on my list.
Well...
Never really got it.
I love DuckTales. So...
What kind of uncle goes on adventures with his children? With his nephews?
Second VH... Oh, fuck it, Felk. That's a whole nother conversation you are starting right now. I can't get into that. I'm trying to set up why I love DuckTales. Yeah, you're right. It isn't a creepy old uncle essentially taking 3 of his nephews and his random niece on forbidden adventures.
Did you relate to it? Did you have an uncle something that took you on adventures?
No, I didn't.
In his Chevy Nova?
No, he didn't. No, I never had that. Well, so yeah, DuckTales. So I had a second VHS, like I mentioned earlier, and it was called DT1, and it was DuckTales 1.
Dick tugging.
And what that meant was it was the pilot. It was the original DuckTales movie that aired on ABC.
Great
It was called
movie.
The Valley of the Lost Son or something like that.
Great fucking movie.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie. It is a great Indiana Jones film in some form and fashion.
It's so good. It's so good.
Many environments, so many locales. They fucking have the time of their life. And I had it too with them, and it's why it was the only other VHS that was mine that I marked DT1.
And I would say DuckTales is a top 5 also theme song for a show.
Oh, for sure.
It might be a top 3.
I can just want to like fucking start jacking off when I hear it. Fuck yeah. Fuck, take it in the ass. Take it in the ass.
All right, that was fun. Dylan, what is your number 5?
My number 5, and my whole list is a little bit different than everyone's. I'm basing my list on the toys that accompanied.
I'm also doing the exact same thing.
Oh, okay, great. So I don't feel like I can have a show on my top 5 unless I had the toys.
Yeah, me too. The toys drove it, really.
Yeah, and my collection kind of grows. The more toys I had, the better the show becomes.
Yes.
But this is a great show.
What the fuck is this shit you guys are talking about right now? You fucking did not mention anything about fucking toys being tied into the top 5. Here I am left with my dick out with DuckTales. Like I just fucking had Huey, Dewey, and Louie suck me off with fucking Scrooge McDuck. And you guys have like, oh yeah, well I'm fucking tying toys in. Did you tie toys in? I tie toys in. Like you had some fucking secret conversation.
No, we just think kind of
bullshit. Oh, by the way, Noli, cut this in. The treasure of the Golden Sons. Make it when I say that.
Sure.
Don't do that.
That's what the episode's called. It's the treasure of the Golden Sons. I call it the Valley of the Golden Sons.
The reason I'm tying in toys is because I feel like when I was a kid, you watched cartoons, you wanted the toys. And if I didn't want the toys from a cartoon, I didn't like it that much. Anyway, so my number 5 is a show that's a lot like Transformers. It's a lot like, like G.I. Joe, I guess. It's fucking...
Okay, Mask is fine.
Nice. I have it as an honorable mention, and that was one of my favorite toys.
I don't really know much about Mask.
They're the mighty heroes that can save the day. I mean, you put on a mask, and all of a sudden you're a fucking superhero. And if you don't know, mask stands
It wasn't
for...
just that, by the way. Are you kidding me? It was you put a mask on. You also had a fucking car that all of a sudden turned into a fucking plane.
Yeah, so it was like Transformers and G.I. Joe. They were the Mobile Armored Strike Command.
That's pretty a weak Transformer. Real cars can do that. There's real car planes.
Well, not then, not in the 80s.
Felk, they were the Mobile Armored Strike Command, and they were fighting Venom, the vicious evil network of mayhem. And you had great names like the leader, Matt Tracker, who had a gay son that rode around on a little fucking robot that looked like R2-D2.
I had that. I had that as a toy. I had both the robot and the sun.
I don't know.
Yeah, you had the motorcycle that turned into a helicopter.
Yep.
You had a car that turned into a plane. A car that, when you hit a button, the hood flipped over and it turned into a boat.
Are you forgetting the semi that turns into a fucking launch missile?
Rhino, the fucking command center. I know about Rhino.
I had that.
Oh, I had it too. I had the whole base. You had great names like Hondo McLean, Calhoun Burns, Clutch Hawks, Cliff
These are
Dagger.
all gay porn star names.
I think I had every single toy from that whole set, and that's why it's my number 5. It was a great, fun show, like G.I. Joe and Transformers mixed. It was fantastic. Great theme song.
Well, my number 5 is also based on the fun I had with the toys, because my memory from this time is a bit spotty. So it's but the toys last forever and they're with you all the time. So I hope no one who Googles up these toys or remembers them has trypophobia. That's a fear of holes, because these
Centurions,
sweet toys, were all about the sexy holes in the front.
The
Centurions. They had like these weird holes in their chests where you could plug stuff into them.
Yeah,
armor, all kinds of stuff like that. I had a lot of fun with the creativity because it inspired creativity. You could mix and match.
You had the blue, the green, and the yellow guy, right?
Yeah, like earth, wind, or fire, air, like land. Yeah, it was air, land, and sea.
I don't remember who they battled, but I had the blue guy and the green guy. I don't think I ever got the yellow guy. And I loved connecting stuff to their chests, their buttocks, their cocks.
They fought Doc Terror.
In the near future, Doc Terror and his cyborg companion hacker unleash their forces to conquer Earth.
Cyborgs.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus
This is really number 4 on your list, or number 5 on your list?
Number 5 on my list.
Wow.
It's an honorable mention for me. I liked the show a lot.
How about we make this a no judgment list? Because these are honestly the things I remember.
No, I honestly did. I thought my list was too broad. And I think that's great. I love that you're referencing that, Felk.
I don't remember anything about DuckTales, really. I remember the basics, but like when Centurions, I remember memories of me mixing and matching and doing all kinds of crazy narratives with these toys.
Oh yeah,
that's great. I think it's great. I don't remember anything about the show, but I remember the toys.
Me neither.
Toy was very, very, very much a part of my childhood.
That's because in the 80s, cartoons were basically just 22-minute commercials.
Exactly. But some were more commercials than others.
Yeah, and Centurions was clearly all commercial for a pretty cool toy.
And along with, I would think, Mask and Voltron and maybe something else.
Yeah, so the great choice, Phil. Ballard, what's your number 4?
Well, my number 4 plays immediately off DuckTales. And that was another 80s Disney show.
Oh my!
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Who are they?
That's not 90s. That's not 90s.
Chip and Dale. Who? So they're two pop culture characters. Who are they?
Chip and Dale are the 2 chipmunks that fuck with Donald Duck in the Disney cartoons. They eventually end up having their own Rescue Ranger, private investigator, like fucking
I could have sworn they were part of Disney Afternoon, like the 90s.
No. It was 89, 90. It ended in the 90s. In fact, it ended actually in 1990.
Each character, Chip and Dale, were based off pop culture icon characters. Who were they?
Oh,
Michael Jackson.
No.
Abbott Costello?
No.
Who?
It's
Marlon Brando.
It's Indiana Jones and Magnum P.I.
Oh.
That's the only thing I know about
you're
it.
talking about Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. You're not talking about Chip and Dale.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Because Chip and Dale's a lot older than Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. You realize Chip and Dale's like from the fucking 40s, right?
What's on your list? Rescue Rangers or Chip and Dale?
No, I know. I'm talking about Rescue Rangers, but I thought you were talking about Chip and Dale's were based around Magnum P.I.
I'm talking on Rescue. No, not back then when they were naked, but when they had clothes.
Yes, obviously, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers is based off Magnum P.I. Yes, with the Hawaiian shirt, and yes, Indiana Jones. Okay, I confused the fuck out of me. I thought it was like maybe Abbott and Costello, but I didn't realize. Okay,
no,
yes.
I to be honest, I forgot that they were in shit before Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, because that's what people remember them from.
Every Christmas I see Chip and Dale cartoons, so with the kids.
Fucking vermin.
Anyways, Monterey Jack was great.
Monterey Jack was great.
Oh, I loved him. Gadget was fucking super hot. Sexy little fucking mouse in a little violet, whatever, purple jumpsuit. And then there was the little fly. And then just fucking
I think a lot of our first crushes were anthropomorphic rodents. For me, it was the girl from Secret of Nim.
Oh, she was good.
Oh, dude, fucking Miss Bianca and fucking the Rescuers. I would fuck that shit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I remember that.
I think we're fucking everything.
And fucking the fucking Fox chick and Robin Hood.
I wouldn't fuck a anthropomorphic rodent now, just to be clear.
But would you fuck a fucking Fox chick and Robin Hood?
If she was human-sized...
Yeah, she's human-sized.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
It's like a furry, except it's a furry with a fucking vagina.
I'll make it work.
Solid choice, Rescue Rangers.
Nolan, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is the choice you guys just both shit on. Ghostbusters.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I was back to toys.
Hey, that wasn't my idea to throw fucking the one you hate the most at the beginning.
I had all the toys. I owned the Ectomobile, and I had the tower, the headquarters.
Oh yeah, I had a few of the toys on that one just because the ghosts were so gnarly.
You could get behind their proton packs and spin the lasers, and they would move.
The toy made you get behind a man and spin something?
I never had a Ghostbuster toy. I had the Ghostbuster ghosts, and I liked the ghosts.
But it didn't teach you anything about the power of women.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Yep.
How's unemployment, Amy Pascal?
Anyone remember the Ghostbusters show there, where it's like a fucking gorilla was on the team?
I do. That's the Ghostbusters. The
No,
reason
I don't
why
remember that at all.
the reason why it's called the Ghostbusters cartoon is called The Real Ghostbusters is because there was a live action show with a gorilla called The Ghostbusters before Ghostbusters the movie. And to capitalize on the fact that they had this name, they made a fucking
Wait, you
cartoon
guys
for
actually
it.
remember this fucking show?
I do remember,
it was terrible.
It was horrible.
It's like a silent film, so the way they confuse adults sometimes. They're like, here's a Titanic 2. It's by James Cameron. And then you watch, you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Weird. I had no idea.
It was very much like the Asylum kind of mentality, but they had the trademark for.
That's what Nolan just literally said.
For the you didn't say Asylum, did you?
Yeah, he did.
I did.
Yep.
Transmorphers 2. Well, I really like the Real Ghostbusters, and you guys hate it, but who cares?
I don't hate it. I just am ambivalent about it.
It's a top 5 show for me. I owned all the toys. I loved watching the show. But Phil, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is one of your favorite shows you just don't like. A show that taught me everything I need to know about the differences between Japan and the United States.
Voltron, defender of the universe. A mighty robot. Loved by good, feared by evil.
Wow, that's great. Wow. So your guys' number 4s are in direct contrast with you guys fucking with the one.
So, oh wait, what?
I thought it was funny that like you that your guys are we're able to air out the laundry on which ones we hate and which ones we like right now.
So everything. I'm serious here. If you think about it, the difference between Japan and America. If you compare Voltron or like Super Sentai, which is what Power Rangers was re-edited from, but specifically like Voltron, and compare that with like the X-Men or the Avengers or whatever. Everyone in Voltron has the exact same uniform, and all their value comes from combining their individual cats into one big thing. The power comes from the team, uniformity, and all becoming one. Whereas with like X-Men, the power comes from each
show,
one in 90s show. I couldn't think of a comparative 80s show, but I guess whatever. G.I. Joe would be a good example. The power comes from their uniqueness. Well, I don't know about the costumes for G.I. Joe, but I'm bringing up X-Men because like they all have X's on their costumes.
Yes,
but
you're right. Well, G.I. Joe's, they all are different, but have badges and stuff.
But they all have badges, right? But they each have their own unique costume. It's not a uniform. The accent, the team, the uniformity is an accent as opposed to the accent just being different colors, but otherwise the exact same costume, the exact same power set, the exact same thing, and they all have to combine into something greater than the sum of its parts in order to have value. Whereas with X-Men or G.I. Joe, the power comes from their unique ability, and the strength comes from using those unique abilities as teamwork, not as eliminating that diversity. So that's the difference between Japan and America. And I learned that because I saw Voltron, and then I saw shows like G.I. Joe, and understood that like, oh, in America it's the squeaky wheel gets the grease. In Japan, it's the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. It's that taught me a lot, and That's why I am where I am today.
Oh, perfect.
Dude, Phil, you had so much more you were about to say.
No.
Yeah, you were. You were about to go all out right then. You just peaked almost.
Yeah.
Stopped.
Go peak.
No. That was it.
Nope. I want more.
And that's why America is a piece of shit place where everybody bitches and complains about individuality and demands to have.
I was gonna say that's why America's better than
everything
Japan.
About it, from any type of harassment of any sort. And while Japan, everybody just fucking falls in line and fits into a fucking giant subway every day.
No, both set mindsets have a value, but I think America's the strongest.
Yeah, you know what though? But I would say narratively, Voltron's value sucks, and G.I. Joe is a better narrative because individuality makes for more fun on an episodic level rather than, hey, to beat this guy again, we have to team up again.
No creativity, no diversity, no fucking Colossus throwing Wolverine. I've never seen that before. I am clearly an X-Men.
I think you're forgetting that America also likes the one-man army mentality. You know, we don't rely on a bunch of guys teaming together to take care of something. We just rely on one man, like a Colonel John Matrix.
Commando!
Or a Sergeant John Rambo, whatever.
Please play Commando audio here.
Yes.
Just do the whole Commando trailer.
They hunted him down.
You know, Colonel, we went to a lot of trouble to find you.
They murdered his friends. And they took the only thing he would kill for.
If you want your kid back, then you gotta cooperate. Right?
Wrong.
Now, somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna pay.
Do you think Daddy is going to give us any problems?
You'll do exactly as he's told.
Hasta luego, fellas.
You're a funny guy, Sully. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
Are you gonna tell me what's going on or what?
No. Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired. What are you doing?
Helping you get her back.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's what Major did.
I lied.
If it's a mission no man can survive, he's the man for the job. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Commando.
Let's party.
Great. So, Ballard, what's number 3?
My number 3 is a show that I fell in love with on TV, but I really fell in love with it because I had a VHS, and the VHS I had was called fucking Coopzilla, and it had a special guest star. Her name was Carol Ballard. And this show was...
Hey, paisanos! It's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show!
That's live action.
I loved this show. I loved the live action bullshit they had because I loved growing up Abbott and Costello. I loved Laurel and Hardy.
Oh,
I loved
was this a
the
show
Three
with like a
Stooges.
host and then it would cut to like cartoons?
Captain Blue Albano.
So it was a live action
not
host.
a real...
And I loved Marx Brothers and stuff like that, right?
It had anime. I mean, it's like saying the Tracy Ullman show. It had an
No, it wasn't. It was very small live action, and then they would go into a whole Super Mario Brother episode, and you would watch like like essentially this really stupid plot take place, and then Toad would say a really dumb pun like, let's make like a doctor and stick him, and then you would have like, this end result, and then it would go back to these guys, and they'd be like, oh, we're fucking around as plumbers in this really bad set, live action, it's really terrible. And then it would go immediately to like The Legend of Zelda. And then you would get a whole episode with like Link and Zelda, and that was fucking great. And then it ended. But there was a guest star called like Madam something, right? She was some kind of like fucking fortune teller. And her name was Carol Ballard. And I remember as a kid seeing that and going, oh shit, Carol Ballard.
What did you think? She was your future wife?
No, it's just some old lady.
Not taking anything away from this, but I don't know if this really classifies as an 80s cartoon. Phil, do you agree? Is this a legitimate choice?
I don't think so. I remember the live action segments.
That's what I remember.
Wait. You're questioning my choice? I thought Felk said this was a fucking safe space.
It's a safe space. I didn't say not taking anything away.
Noli forgetting immediately Felk's rule about safe space, and Felk also immediately forgetting your own rule.
I never
about
said safe space. I said judgment free.
Oh, what the fucking same thing? Give me a goddamn break.
No.
Did you guys actually do you remember this? By the way, the show.
I definitely remember it. Yeah.
Okay, because then if you do remember, it was literally a constitution of full 4 minutes of live action, and then the rest of it was like 16 minutes of cartoon.
Yeah,
that's cartoon show.
It's a surprising choice.
I loved it.
Well,
Nolan, what is your number 3?
My number 3.
It's a lot of hostility.
That's not hostility.
No, from all of us. It's me as well.
Except you guys just fucking hated my Super Mario Brothers Super Show fucking option.
We didn't agree with it. We don't think it should be in the top 3. There's nothing wrong with that.
It is deserving of top 3.
I'm fine with it.
You're fine.
Nolan, what is your number 3?
My number 3.
Shit on it. I'm about to shit on it.
Is a little show set. Shit on this one. In Eternia.
Yeah, keep going.
You don't know what that is?
Are you gonna play the music or something right now?
Yeah, I'm playing the music right now.
And the masters of the universe. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull.
It's a show about characters named Buzz-Off, who's a fucking half man, half bee. Moss Man, who literally has moss on his body, the toy included. Man-E Faces, a guy you hit his head and his face has changed. He was a failed actor, by the way. Modulok, you could change the parts of his body. And Phil mentioned earlier, Stinkor, a guy that fucking had a power of smell.
What a great power.
This show couldn't get any fucking gayer.
Uh-huh.
This if you look at He-Man now, he is the gayest looking character that ever existed. Furry underwear, and I don't know what the fuck you call coming across his chest.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the crisscross, whatever it is. Yeah,
his crisscross.
His bandolier.
Abs exposed, and his little fucking penis top haircut. He's perfect.
He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe.
Very gay.
I never liked He-Man.
Me neither.
How's that possible?
I'm straight.
I thought that was like a joke that people liked He-Man. And I realized very early on how very gay He-Man was.
Yeah.
and then when I saw Battle Cat, I was like, is that supposed to save it? Because Battle Cat is a green giant tiger. That's kind of cool with like armor, but does that really save it?
I feel like the kids who were really into He-Man were also the kids who had like weird lisps and were really into shoes.
Do you guys actually remember the He-Man toy? It had the soft little head you can stick in an asshole.
Yep.
It was perfect for fucking with.
Come on. He-Man was a homoerotic love toy, and it was a TV show that was essentially provided for children to shove He-Man dolls up their ass while they watched. I understood this then, and I stayed away, and I look back at He-Man now and think to myself, yeah, the 80s at times was a cruel joke.
I hear what you're saying, but I think it's pure testosterone, pure 100% pure adrenaline.
I had 0 He-Man toys. How many did you have?
I had almost the whole set.
Oh my God. So I had friends like you, and I was like, these guys love big guns too.
He-Man was one of the first sets to incorporate ooze. Like you had a set that had like the fucking ooze that would come out of.
Was it the Castle Grayskull
set? Did
you
used to spray it, like put it on your face and just be like, yes, ooze.
Mm-hmm. No.
Give me your ooze, He-Man.
Yeah, no, He-Man to me, I get what you're saying. It's so gay. I admitted it was gay, but
you did. No, you did. You totally did.
It is.
I had the whole set. I had the toys for some reason. Maybe my dad was pushing. Maybe my dad's the homosexual here, and he was pushing He-Man on me. Who knows? I was 5 years old.
We're covering a lot this episode.
Yeah, I don't know. I just liked all the characters. Honestly, I don't understand what He-Man was though. It was who was he? He was saving a fucking realm from
what's his name? Prince something? Prince William? Prince
Adam? Prince Adam.
Okay. That's not
Prince
a game.
Adam. Give me a break. It's fucking like I couldn't be fooled with He-Man. I just look. I'm sorry you liked that show. That's really your number 3,
dude. Fucking Mario Brothers from a.
At least it doesn't have a whole bunch of gay shit in it, and it's a giant joke.
Gay plumbers with gay mustaches going in pipes and plugging each other's holes isn't gay.
Just slightly more disguised, just enough for me to buy.
There's no sex act called a Prince Adam. I looked it up. really wish there was a gay sex act.
What do you think that would entail? What would that entail?
You look what Prince Adam sex act? What?
Yeah,
I missed that.
I looked up to see if there's a gay sex act called the Prince Adam, but there isn't. I really thought there would be. Sorry.
If I'm thinking the Prince Adam, I'm thinking like something about rubbing your thumb across like a circumcised dick top.
I don't know if this is content.
This is content.
No,
we
too
can
much
move on.
gay shit. We just did Big Guns too. Come on, let's get off of
Ballard,
gay.
we're a
Let's get
gay
off He-Man.
podcast.
What? I'm sorry. I don't know anything else to talk
Too
about
gay.
with He-Man.
I'm sick of it. I can't take it.
I don't know what else to talk about when He-Man.
I am having PTSD
He's a gay,
right now.
He's a gay icon.
I love him. But Phil, what's your number 3?
My number 3, hopefully, will be on higher up on one of yours lists. Speaking of ooze, or who doesn't love ooze?
I have it higher.
I have it higher as well.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
We can move on.
Oh my God, Noli, I hope it shares these.
We'll see. I don't think so.
Oh.
No one's been sharing at all tonight. We've all been very different. It's been a very divisive podcast.
We have been very different, and that's okay.
What's your number 2, Ballard?
My number 2 is actually Felk's number 3.
Same seas.
Oh, we have shares these? We do have shares these? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's the only thing I know how to do on a piano. Is that thing.
Which turtle do you guys identify with?
Raphael.
Leonardo.
I'm a Raphael too. He was my favorite.
Yeah, I'm angry.
Well, okay. I
angry.
like Leonardo the most. I guess
Oh,
I
God.
actually, as a child, and my mom would tell you
This
this.
explains a lot.
I identify with Michelangelo because
yeah,
Michael.
you're not. You are without question Michelangelo.
Definitely.
I feel like I'm 60-40 Raphael Donatello.
Felk, you're Donatello. You're not Raphael. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
Phil,
fine.
you're Donatello.
I'll be Donatello. Donatello was
Noli,
the best to play
you're
as.
definitely Raphael.
Oh yeah, I've always been Raphael.
You know why I know? Because Raphael had the best circumcision cut ever.
Yeah.
Totally.
He was the most circumcised. It was maybe botched.
Turtle circumcision. It's a thing.
I used to play it with my cousins, and we all had the fucking toys.
Felk, you do know that turtles have, like, on average, the most botched circumcisions?
Yeah, the turtle doctors are really bad.
What's that to do with my dick?
Let me just.
Your dick is the perfect cut.
My dick's perfect.
Just like Raphael's.
Okay.
I just want to say I'm fine with Donatello because when I would play with my cousins, I was always
Wait, if
Donatello.
I'm Michelangelo,
Damn
who's
it.
Leonardo?
We don't have a leader.
We haven't met our leader yet.
Yeah, I'm fine with the Donatello thing because when I was a kid, I played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with my cousins, and they had the plastic toys. They had the
you mean toys or the game?
The full size toys, the full size
Yep.
toys that were made of plastic. So plastic nunchucks, plastic size, plastic sword, but nobody had the fucking plastic bow staff. But I was always Donatello, and so as a result, I just got from I think like my grandfather a giant like wooden dial to like an actual full wooden stick to be my bow. And you hit somebody with a plastic sword, doesn't do anything, doesn't hurt at all. You whack somebody with a full fucking like inch thick stick, it hurts. So I was the powerful one.
You actually hit them with a real bow, it would hurt?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So I was fine being Donatello.
I want to say the toys were great, but the weapons were really cheesy, fucking awful wood plastic, like brown colored plastic that was really bad that you had to actually pop out of like, it was like in a...
they were
terrible.
Yeah, you had to pop them out of the old model type kit thing. Yeah.
Horrible
You
weapons.
couldn't give children actual size.
No, I'm talking about the toys.
Yeah.
Like G.I. Joe.
The toys, yeah. I had Leonardo and Michelangelo, and I remember those fucking nunchucks were such a pain in the ass because they were straight, and so when you popped them out, they just stayed straight. So you couldn't bend them, otherwise you would break the plastic.
Yeah, they were terrible. Phil, I didn't know you when you were 12, but I have this vivid memory of my head with you with a turtle costume on, with the Donatello face mask, with the staff spitting it.
I feel like I was Donatello a lot. I was pretty good at it. Yeah, I could spin pretty well. But no, I had the figurines as well. I had all of them. I had them like I had them into the 90s.
Excuse me?
Figurines.
What'd you call them?
Figurines.
No, action figures.
Figurines.
Action figures.
Action figures. Action figures. Like there was like the third wave where it was like sports turtles. It was like football Raph and like baseball Leonardo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had football Raph. That's right.
And surf Michelangelo, I want to say.
Surf Michelangelo. Yes, I had the surfboard with barnacles on it and shit.
Yeah. That was.
Oh my god! And that's what upset me. I mean, this is a different tangent. See, we're into toys. Batman was one that did that too. And I was, and whenever toys did that, I was just pissed off. I'm like, just release first release your OG original toy before you start doing like, Ice Batman. And that's one of the things I loved about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was that they did actually release the OG original, not fucking, surfer or football version of somebody. They actually did release the real Turtles. That was cool.
Yeah, guys, I have a question for you. And this is everything. This will tell me everything about you. Did anyone own the Technodrome?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Too bulky.
All right. Too bulky. Folk, I thought as an only child you would own it.
I had all the figurines. I had the vehicle, the subway thing. I did not have.
The subway set was nice, and
the subway set with the ooze. There was the one where like Splinter would like shit ooze onto the turtles, so it has like 2-tiered, and you'd like put the goo.
Oh,
ooze
dude,
onto them.
I never got those. No.
Yeah,
ooze.
I had the party van or whatever it was. The fucking,
I had the party van.
Yeah, that. And I had like so many random. Because there were so many iterations of the Turtles themselves. It was like there was realistic ones. There was the movie ones. There was Toka.
Oh, the movie ones were my jam. I had all 4.
Yeah, the Krang where you.
I loved them, and the movie ones bent. They were like painted.
Yeah,
it was
were nice.
legit.
They were nice. They were nice. But yeah, I think going back to the show though, it might be one of the best. It's a top 5 theme song of all time. It's a great song.
Like I said, it's the only thing I could play on the piano.
You know that Chuck Lorre, the creator of The Big Bang Theory, wrote that fucking song.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why he's
Great
rich. Guy created Dharma and Greg, 2.5 Men.
Hey, guy's a genius.
He wrote that song.
Turtle power.
So, Felk, what's your number 2?
My number 2, coming at the greatest of the toy set. This never on television, but had the best toys. It's the greatest Michael Bay movie he's never directed.
Dino-riders.
Have it higher.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about Dino-riders in a second then.
That's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit right now.
Why?
Yeah, what the fuck?
We're getting hostile here.
Yeah, no, it's Dino-riders fucking rocks.
Wait, what do you mean hostile? What do you mean we're getting hostile? You literally just said I'm calling bullshit on stuff number 2.
It is a hair away from my number 1. I honestly could easily have it as number 1.
I guess we'll get into Dino-riders in a bit. I don't want to get too crazy because I don't want to get a hostile environment here. I want to keep it clean.
By the way, you're creating it.
I want to keep it sexy.
We're in agreement on this.
What is going on here, Noli?
We're going to keep it sexy. I'm going to move on. I'm not going to let my emotions get
All right, wait,
the best
hang
of
on.
me.
Do you guys want to actually like air this hostility or not?
I do. I'm fine with it.
I'm airing. We're fine.
I'm fine anytime two me and one of you is ganging up on the other person. I just don't like it when both of you are mad at me.
Of course. Fuck your Dino-riders pick, by the way, Felk. It's terrible. It's a horrible pick.
Easily could be my number 1. Fucking love
it.
Nope,
you're wrong.
It is one of the coolest, if not the coolest concept of any 80s show.
No.
We'll get into why I think you're both wrong in a second. Ballard, we're talking about it now then, huh? Because Ballard, your number 1 is...
No. It's his number 1. We'll do it on his number 1. It's fine.
We're in number 1s.
Oh, cue the music. T- cool boys and counting. 3, 2, 1.
Number 1.
All right, well, Ballard's number 1 is Dino-riders.
After years of peaceful existence on the distant planet Valoria, Questar and his people were forced into battle. The power of their step crystal ripped a hole in the fabric of time, sending them backward to prehistoric Earth. Unaware that at the same moment the evil Emperor Krulos was plotting to capture the step crystal with his own grotesque Rulon forces. And so, the battle continues in a new place and time with Dino-riders.
Hell yeah.
I'll tell you why it's bullshit, you guys, because there are so many fantastic shows from the 80s, and you chose a fucking Dino-riders, which is 1 season. Am I correct?
I think it was 2 seasons.
It's
maybe
it's not seasons because they were never on TV. They were just
here's what Dino-riders is. It's a pretty good toy line, a mediocre show. It's not a good show.
It's the best toy line of all time.
It's a great show.
It is a really cool show.
So first of all, when we are talking about toys, by chance I was lucky that yes, the best toy line of all time, as Felk just said, is Dino-riders. People from the future with dinosaurs, and they're riding them, and they're built to work that way. You had people with little fucking things around their necks so they could talk to the dinosaurs, right? Land,
telepathically,
fly, up. And then the fucking dinosaurs do everything, right? And then you had the bad guys fucking putting the brain fucking boxes on all the dinosaurs, forcing the dinosaurs to do everything.
Krullos.
I loved it. I thought it was great to have future people with guns shooting dinosaurs.
Weren't there like fish and amphibians and sharks who were like the bad guys?
Yeah, so the bad guys were like the Rulons, I think. They were they were like, the main guy was a frog, and then it was like a shark guy, and he commanded the shark teams. There was like a cobra guy, and he commanded the cobra teams.
It was like an ant.
And then there was like an alligator guy, and he commanded the alligator teams. The shark guy was a hammerhead, if I recall.
Yes.
But the Quasar, I think his name was, or something like that, was the main guy, or Lone Star maybe even. And then fucking they had like the bratty, like the cool like Raphael guy. They had a hot chick. They had an old blind guy, and they had the kid like in Mask. They had everything.
Like I said, great fucking toy line, very mediocre show.
No.
Yeah, no, I love the show. I loved it. I watched it all the time on VHS.
You guys are basic. Your number one and number two are a fucking 2-episode, maybe 1 season show advertisement for a cartoon. I mean, for a toy line. And yes, we established that the 80s were all about shows for the toy line, but this is like your number one, and I'm just calling bullshit.
No, it really is my number one. It's for me, it's the one thing I wish wasn't a secret, because if everybody knew about this, we would have a movie. It would be, as I think Felt called this when he called it his number 2, the best Michael Bay film never made.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it really is that. It's an incredible film. I mean, the first episode alone could be easily stretched out and padded with character development to be a full badass action sci-fi adventure.
Yeah, I don't remember it being a good show.
Oh no, dude! They're from the future, and they go back in time, and all of a sudden they're with dinosaurs.
Yeah,
and it's about like having to live like symbiotically with dinosaurs versus like, do you control dinosaurs? It's a whole like industrial revolution metaphor. It's great.
You talk about dino-riders, but there's like better dinosaur show. Like, what about fucking Dino-Saucers is better than Dino-riders?
Dino-Saucers can suck Dino-Riders' dick.
You guys are both, because Turtles is both way better than Dino-Riders, which Turtles aired for like 7 years.
Turtles is great.
Okay, so for me,
but everybody
Turtles
knows
is
about Turtles.
overplayed,
There's no uniqueness
and for me,
to it.
Turtles was my birthday. Turtles was everything, but Dino-Riders to me has never been fully realized.
Exactly. We've gotten the Michael Bay Turtles. We've gotten 2 of them.
It does not suck. It's so good. It's so good, dude. It's so good.
Let's put it this way, Nolan. We just got a live action Michael Bay-ish, not directed but produced, Turtles movie that had fucking Bebop and
was good.
Rocksteady. No, the one with Bebop and Rocksteady.
Not that one.
It had Krang. It had the Terror Dome, whatever the fuck it was called. It was everything that you could hope for, really, from like a cool live action of the actual cartoon show. And it's not that good.
Out of the Shadows is bad, but the original 2014 one is better.
It's okay. It's pretty good. It's better than.
What are you saying?
I'm saying we've extracted everything that can be dripped out of Turtles. 5 fucking live action movies total. How many goddamn series? That rock has had all its blood squished out of it. But Dino-Riders is untapped potential.
Okay.
It has not been realized.
But I don't know if that necessarily makes it a number 1, Felk, right? There's got to be more to it than that.
Guys, that's my whole argument, is that if you had a number 5 or 4, I'm fine with it. You have it at your number 1 and 2s, and I can't agree with that. You talk about Dino-Riders, but there's like better dinosaur show. Like, what about fucking Dino-Saucers is better than Dino-Riders?
Dino-Saucers can suck Dino-Riders' dick.
No, Dino-Saucers is on par with Biker Mice from Mars and fucking Street Sharks.
Yeah,
that's actually accurate.
It is.
That's accurate. Yeah, those are terrible shows.
By the way, we should do a 90s list, Noli. This is okay. Cool Boy Nation. This was Noli's idea, and Noli, this was a lot of fun. I love it. I want to get bitchy again about fucking our top 5 90s cartoons, because I feel like we'll get a lot more hostility there too.
Nolan, that brings us to your number 1.
Oh, I don't know how I follow up with all that arguments.
Watch it be like fucking
hopefully you
Heathcliff.
bring something that we can shit on, and then we can argue again.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, mine's not. My number 1 is not Heathcliff. It's the Cadillac Cats.
Cadillac
It is?
Seriously?
No.
I don't even know that.
It's U.S. Acres.
Yeah, U.S. Acres, whatever it was.
I'm guessing G.I. Joe.
My number one is a Stephen Summers pre-condom classic.
Yes, I guessed
Yes.
Yo, Joe! He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe is there.
Yes.
Because you have characters whose names are Snowjob, Beachhead, and Blowtorch, which are all variations of a blowjob.
I don't remember much about G.I. Joe. I'd like to know what Cobra actually does.
It's about world domination and saving the world. And G.I. Joe, for me, like going back to my toys, I just had so many fucking G.I. Joes. I had so many. Another gay name, Airtight. You know,
Airtight.
I actually did not like their toys because they were held together with rubber bands inside them, and I'd always break the rubber bands.
Well, that's something a psychopath would do.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
not
I snapped a
sociopath,
couple
but
rubber
yeah.
bands.
Sociopath.
I snapped a couple rubber bands.
Yeah.
It just the toys all came with like realistic guns, and they could bend any. I love the way the toys just bent any way you wanted them to.
I
It was
bend them
something
too
totally
hard.
different.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Phil, you bend everything too hard.
I know. I hurt my cock like that all the time.
the cartoon was great, except for the fact that it completely the movie fell back on being scared as shit of what it actually was trying to do. So the movie,
The Stephen Summers movie?
No, the cartoon movie from the 80s. So
I love the cartoon movie, by the way.
Transformers came out and killed Optimus Prime in the movie, right?
Yes.
So in the animated movie in the 80s. So
And
they did the
Revenge of
same
the
thing
Fallen.
with the G.I. Joe animated movie, except after Transformers was released, G.I. Joe was far too into production and post-production that it was coming out. And the fan backlash at the time, the kids were like, "Oh my God, you killed Optimus!" And so G.I. Joe immediately went, or Hasbro immediately went, fuck, we need to rewrite Duke's death. So they rewrote Duke's death into like just like a couple like real quick lines where it's like in the background and out of nowhere you hear someone be like, "Duke's alive! Hey guys, did you know Duke's alive?" And then Duke was in the show from that point on because they couldn't kill Duke because they didn't want another Optimus backlash.
Oh.
I love the G.I. Joe toy. If we are going to base the show off of toys, you may have picked the best 80s cartoon toy in existence when it comes to quality, not durability. Unfortunately, I did snap some rubber bands myself.
Yeah.
But quality.
Snapped all of them.
Dino-riders was a great toy by concept, but G.I. Joe was a great toy to play with. You fucking could bend that wrist any way, which way you want. Your arms moved. Your fucking legs moved right. Your neck could turn. You had your hips swaying. You could fucking spin your whole torso around many times.
Exorcist that shit.
Great for gay shit.
Great for gay shit.
Not as good as He-Man toys.
You couldn't shove up your ass.
No, you shove a G.I. Joe up your ass, you might have lost parts of that G.I. Joe up your ass.
Totally.
I'm recovering a memory where I think I went over to a friend's house and he had all these G.I. Joes. And all the G.I. Joes that he had that I didn't have, when he wasn't looking, I intentionally snapped the rubber bands and broke them just to watch him cry.
Phil, when are you having a mass shooting of your own?
I guess like 1988 was when I got over that.
Getting off the toys, I just thought the show was good. You know, they always had these great PSAs of like just saying, "Put a condom on."
It was Brad.
Huh?
Hey, Chef.
Susie, don't forget your sandwiches.
Hey,
I made
Chef.
you. Sandwiches. Oh, you boys look so lovely in your little outfits.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Lafitte? Hey, watch me, Ollie.
Oh, I just want to eat you up.
Love the tattoo, Mr. Lafitte.
Look at all your different colored hats.
G.I. Joe!
I still have a question though, because I'm still kind of confused on what Cobra actually was doing and what
They're
G.I.
trying
Joe
to fucking cause world domination.
Okay,
World domination.
World domination.
All of them.
And G.I. Joe was trying to stop them from dominating the world, right?
Duh.
But they teamed up with Cobra to fight drugs?
Yes. Drugs were the real bad guy, Phil.
So drugs are worse than a Nazi-esque organ. That's like the U.S. saying like, let's
Cobra
stop.
is not Nazi, okay? Nazi is socialism. Cobra is a corporate organization.
They're corporate.
Of mercenaries.
Okay.
Just like G.I. Joe, except they're both they're both mercenaries that are against each other.
G.I. Joe was not government. They were not U.S. military.
I think they started off technically U.S. government, but then eventually became like their own organization.
They're their own brand of justice.
That really doesn't sound like either are the good guys. It just sounds like two private military companies fighting each other.
Yeah.
And then they stop to fight drugs.
Do you think that's actually unrealistic today?
No, that's very realistic. Like Blackwater had a fight with another fucking private military company in like Iraq, and a bunch of Iraqi people got killed.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained special mission force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
Noli, I think people should probably go back and rewatch G.I. Joe. I think you may be bringing up a good point for people to pay attention to the show.
That's
especially in
harsh moral ambiguity.
You know what I loved about G.I. Joe? This is what upset me. I loved it, but it upset me. Every motherfucking time they took a jet and they shot down a Cobra jet, you would see a Cobra parachute.
Always.
Cobra! I hated that.
It pissed me off too, man. But you know what? That was just, you had to live with it.
I just wanted death in my cartoons.
Yeah, so G.I. Joe teaches us that no one ever dies in war, and there are no real distinctions between heroes and villains. That is some nihilism for children.
G.I. Joe!
We're talking about nihilism, animals that fuck each other and want to be like humans and fuck, and gay guys who wear furry underwear and armor. Okay. I think the 80s are just gay. We should analyze this one day. I think maybe that's why we're all gay. It could be why our generation is super into fucking homoeroticism and like gay shit.
Except I picked Dino-Riders as my number one.
Yeah, my number one's not gay at all. Neither was Dino-Riders, neither was he. I didn't pick any getting gay on my list.
What is it?
My number one is
Tally-ho! Wings of silver, birds of steel.
Time out. You said not gay. These are the gayest toys,
absolutely,
or characters that ever existed in fucking.
I disagree.
These are literally Pride Parade characters.
Yeah. Metallic hair, coiffed perfectly. Yep. Metallic skin tight suits with fucking wings that came out.
Okay,
you're talking about the gayest fucking show that ever existed.
All right. Yeah, gay and like
it's like fucking Carnival in Brazil every fucking episode.
Carnival in Brazil has a lot of hot chicks.
Has also a lot of gay guys.
That's fine. And you know what? Elton John gay, fancy gay, totally fine. Not intimidating at all. What's scary is muscular dudes with fucking chest straps riding Harleys down Folsom.
Don't you talk about my Dr. Mindbender.
Yeah. Like,
he's the one that's going to be fucking me in the ass,
that
right?
G.I. Joe fucking He-Man shit. Twinks aren't going to fucking scare you. But bears, a little scary. There's a reason why they're named after an animal that will maul you. I think what homoeroticism you're seeing in Silverhawks is totally acceptable, and it was a manageable toy set. The Monstar toy was particularly fun, but the toy that tied me into Silverhawks wasn't a toy. It was a shirt. There was a shirt for kids that had the Silverhawks fucking like chest on it and everything, but it had the wings built into the arms. This is a full-size shirt. You know what I'm talking about?
This.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I had that. I fucking jumped off roofs and jungle gyms and all kinds of things trying to fucking fly off into the fucking stars. I never could.
That's the reason they didn't have that for long.
Actually, probably. It didn't work, but I felt like
shit.
What?
What'd you think? I always laughed as a child at the people who fucking jumped off of roofs thinking they were Superman and then just fucking fell and broke their leg. I was like, really?
I didn't jump off roofs.
What the fuck did you think was gonna happen?
I didn't think I believed in the power of imagination.
I wish dinosaurs existed and I could fucking ride them with my fucking thoughts and then shoot guns, but I can't do that.
I love the concept.
Wait, wasn't there a cowboy one?
Yeah, that's Bluegrass. That's Bluegrass. Who had a weird relationship with a kid.
What was his name?
Bluegrass. Colonel Bluegrass.
Bluegrass.
Yeah.
Really? That's a fucking horrible name.
Quicksilver is the shirt I had, and it was made you look like Quicksilver.
You know what I liked about the toys? They all came with their own bird that you could put like on their shoulder.
Yeah.
The birds were
like
fucking...
a solid plastic bird that like had a little like the ability to hook onto a shoulder.
And the wings would pop out of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. That was cool. I liked my mask toy honestly more, but I liked my Silverhawks toy too.
See, Phil, I like Silverhawks, but like as your number one, it's like dino-riders. You guys are.
I don't remember the show very well.
Silverhawks is also on for one season. It's on for one season, and you're taking like these 16 episodes, maybe not less, and you're saying this is your favorite show from the 80s. I just have a hard time grasping that.
65
What was your favorite
episodes.
thing about it, Felk, other than them wearing all silver and flying around space?
It was the concept of flight in space. Flying like a bird was cool, but flying like a bird through space as a mode of transportation, just the visuals of it grasped me like no other TV show from the 80s, save maybe Dino-Riders.
Are you kidding me? Your other pick, Voltron. They were fucking cats flying through space.
I remember them mostly just being on the ground in the city.
No, they flew through space.
There was something more organic about Silverhawks. Voltron's number 5, but I mean, or 4 on my list. I still care about it, but for me, for the actual show, Silverhawks, I still remember specific episodes of that show in terms of like shit that Monstar tried to do, and those moments of teaching where Bluegrass would teach an important lesson using music to the semi-retarded kid who couldn't talk, and just the coolness of
That's a kid? You're talking about the orange guy, right?
He's an alien. Yeah, he's an alien.
I'm just having a hard time grasping. I mean, these characters are really gay.
They are. They're really, really gay. They're very sleek and clean.
Well, I flew around with my Silverhawk shirt. That shirt meant the world to me. It was better than any toy because I was the toy. I was the Silverhawk.
You needed an older brother to punch you.
Phil, you know what? And I respect your decision, but I guess we can move on to some honorable mentions. No one talked about Transformers.
Nope.
No, I know, and I also Noli. I have honorable mentions as well, and nobody talked about Thundercats.
Nope. Yeah, no one talked about Thundercats.
You know what? I was hoping somebody mentioned this. It's not worth a number 5 or a 4 or a 3 or a 2 or a 1, but I loved as a kid Captain N, the Game Master.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so it was essentially a bunch of Nintendo characters all grouped into one cartoon.
Oh, okay.
And Captain N was this kid who was really good at playing games, and he got sucked in the cartoon. I think it was like Belmont from Castlevania.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Mega Man. A couple others, I forget. I'll have to look it up. Honestly.
Mother Brain was the main villain. I don't remember if Mario was in it or not.
No, Mario was not in it. It was Spot. The 7-Up Spot was in it, maybe, or that may have been Power Man.
That sounds familiar.
Is that 80s?
That's 80s for sure.
Yeah, I was going to mention Centurions, but Philk did. So then I was also going to mention GoBots, but we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, GoBots it's just absolutely a Transformers ripoff.
Yeah, then there was Smurfs, which was huge, but I wouldn't put it in my top 5.
Yeah,
right, and then what was the ocean one that was like Smurfs?
Snurfs or Snorfs?
Sporks?
No. Snorks.
Snorks, yeah. I liked Snorks.
But what I really was having trouble with, I wanted to have it in my top 5, and when I mention it, Ballard, you might get an erection.
Smurfs live in a socialist community. I do not support the Smurfs.
Ready, Ballard?
Yeah.
Great
Creepy.
fucking show.
Muppet Babies,
Creepy.
they make
Great
my
show.
dreams come true.
Creepy.
Great show. You know the intro because it was so good. It was
I
so
loved
good.
Muppet Babies.
Well, who was their caretaker that you just saw the legs of?
It was like some random
Nancy or something.
Nancy. That can't be right.
I don't
Their
remember.
nanny. Their nanny. Whatever.
I don't remember
Okay,
the
what was her job to take care
It
of
was a
them?
giant woman who was like faceless, if I recall.
It was nanny.
Creepy.
It was their nanny. What was her name?
Creepy.
Forget.
I think Nanny sounds right. I don't look
Muppet
up
Babies,
Muppet
though. I
Babies,
love
but I
that
guess
shit.
I will.
I remember watching Muppet Babies early. That was an early morning cartoon. That was like 7, right?
Oh, great show.
Yeah.
No, right? Wasn't it like 7 a.m.? It was like one of those first ones in the morning on a Saturday.
It was perfect. I wanted it as my number 5 because I
loved
it so
Muppet
much.
Babies.
I
Yeah,
found
dude.
it disturbing.
All right, I would have gotten rid of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, maybe. I would have moved DuckTales to 4 and put Muppet Babies at 5. I would have probably done that. I can't do it now. It's too late. It's too late now.
It's so good.
It was just this nightmare of unsupervised animal children.
No, it wasn't. They were in a nursery, and it was all imagination.
Nurseries have supervision.
Yeah, and there was supervision. It's called a fucking nanny cam.
They would go into Star Wars. They would go into Indiana Jones. They would have these great adventures, and it was fantastic.
Who was your favorite Muppet Baby?
It's Kermit.
See, I actually liked Gonzo more.
I was just gonna say Gonzo was my second favorite because he was always into fucking CBAs.
He was always into CBAs. He was.
I think I was watching Muppet Babies when I found out my grandfather had died. That may be why I don't like it.
Yeah, Phil, can you read that copy below that dino-riders pic?
Nope.
Please.
No, I will not read that. That is not appropriate.
Change it into your own words.
Once you read it, you'll understand why I'm not reading that.
All right, I'll read it for Felk, guys.
All right.
Okay, ready? I'm reading as Felk.
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't say that.
Well, all that talk of cartoons has me fingering my dick hole and sending out an evite to all the school children in my area. Time to call the authorities. But first, let's talk about some hand-drawn tits.
You're on a list now, Nolan.
Ready. 3, 2, 1.
I saw him out walking with his girl.
Oh?
Talking bodies. Talking bodies.
Oh, yeah.
As always, Talking Bodies has us discussing the wonderful world of mega hotties and super bae.
And Cool Boy Nation, to enhance your bodying experience, strap on that hard drive and whip out the keyboard, and let's go Googling for some sweet hand-drawn bodies, but some even sweeter hand-drawn dongs.
All right, that's right, Cool Boy Nation. It is time to pick our top 3 bods from a specific show, movie, franchise, or era. And this week's segment is called Hand-Drawn Hotties. So that would be women like She-Ra, Baroness, Lady J, Scarlet, CoverGirl, April O'Neil, Gem, Cleo the Cat, and of course, Cheetara.
All right, who is Lady J, Scarlet, and CoverGirl? I don't know those three.
Okay,
They're all
Lady J is
G.I. Joe
from
girls.
G.I. Joe, Scarlet's from G.I. Joe. CoverGirl's G.I. Joe too, isn't she?
I gotta say, the 80s didn't have a lot of good cartoon girls, man.
Yeah, they didn't.
It's tough. It was tough.
Okay, well, obviously no one here has then been looking at photos of She-Ra because She-Ra's incredibly hot.
You didn't throw Sailor Moon in here either, although that's anime. And I
That's
think
anime, and it could work absolutely for sure.
Yeah.
Ghost in the
I was never
Shell,
into it.
even Major could work in here. She was 80s as well.
Yeah, but not kids friendly.
No, wait, she's actually 90s. Ghost in the Shell's 90s.
Yeah, it's 91.
Akira, that's 80s. Anyways, April O'Neil.
Throw her on there.
You know what I think is so hot about April O'Neil is that she's wearing this one-piece yellow jumpsuit.
So
and
hot.
you just know it's going to get really moist and sweaty in there. And she is
Oh.
going to get tired after a day with the turtles.
Oh.
And she is going to have to go home, figure out a way to get out of this one-piece yellow jumpsuit, and then make her way into a hot, steamy bath. But that's where I am.
Oh.
I'm waiting with a bottle of champagne, raspberries, and a giant Moby dildo. The biggest dildo on the market. 3 feet tall. April O'Neil was pretty fucking hot. She-Ra is really fucking hot. And honestly, out of all of the Joes, I guess I'd have to go with Scarlet.
I think you're overlooking Gem. I think
No,
she's
Gem
the
is
hottest.
not attractive to me, sorry.
Oh, the purple hair? Come on.
Gem, I'm gonna live forever.
I
know it's not that song.
There are almost no words to describe Moby. Standing just under 3 feet tall and weighing more than 50 pounds, Moby may very well be the biggest dildo in the world. This absolutely
I said this a couple episodes ago, but Felk, you told me it wasn't.
What?
You said, "Oh, there's way bigger dildos," and when I said that,
There's double dong dildos that definitely exceed 3 feet. But looking at this thing now as a picture, we're just talking about size, meaning weight, girth, all that shit. You know, it's bigger than anything I've ever seen before.
yeah. Well, I'm glad that you shit talked on it and made everybody else who may have heard it in the last episode been like, "Oh, fuck this dildo." I'm just kidding. I don't really give a fuck.
I was wrong.
Yeah, no, but that thing is like as big as a human body.
I don't know what you do with it.
It takes real pussies to fucking sit on it.
On Amazon, the white dick Moby, which by the way is called flesh colored, that's a little racist, is $850. But the black one is only $648. That's a little weird. But it's also it's also black, like pitch black, not like black flesh color, which is weird. It's very veiny.
Well, I think I might be thinking Scarlet Noli just because I really like Rachel Nichols, and Rachel Nichols played Scarlet in the G.I. Joe movie.
Let's face facts. The hottest of all the actors who have played these characters is Megan Fox still.
Oh.
Felk, really? Megan Fox is hotter than Rachel Nichols.
Yeah, and Sienna Miller, honestly. I mean, they're both
Sienna
hot.
Miller, yeah, I agree with you on that.
Sienna Miller's harder than both of them.
Really?
No, that's funny. Okay, so Felk says Megan Fox, I say Rachel Nichols, and Nola, you said Sienna Miller. So Nola goes with Baroness, Felk goes with April O'Neil, and I went with Scarlet. All right, so that's our top three.
You guys are forgetting that Cleo the cat has a very sexy body. She gave me many boners as a child.
I don't know who the fuck Cleo the cat is.
No. Cleo the cat, that's from the Cadillac Cats.
Yeah, she has a leg warmers on with the fucking nice 80s top.
I know. Yeah, she's like Flashdance. I know. No.
She's very sexy.
That's fuck up. You're fucking a cat.
Oh, come on. Chitara?
Well, we were just fucking Snarf earlier in this episode, and then fucking Orko, and then we all talked about fucking what else? We talked about fucking some other animals earlier too.
Every animal. We fuck everything here on the Cool Boys.
Chitara, I don't know if we need to mention her.
What? She's the hottest, one of the hottest 80s bods that there is.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's furry.
I don't really care for Thundercats.
She's furry.
It's a fucking hairy pussy.
No. I know, and I want fucking Scarlet. I want some fucking fire crotch.
I want shaved pussy.
Yeah, well, Ballard, I think you determined it. I think I'm Baroness, you're Scarlet, and Felk is April O'Neil. That's fine. We don't need to agree.
I think actually we did agree. I think we absolutely agreed on the top three. However, I think you can pick your own number one, Cool Boy Nation.
And I think Cool Boy Nation's picking that hairy pussy, Chitara.
And if you have $850 you'd like to spend, maybe suggest Moby, the world's largest retail dildo.
Speaking of dildos, let's get into Love That Dong.
Love that dong. Love that team captain dong.
All right, you heard it, folks. It's Love That Dong. That means it's time to name 3 celebs and guess who has the biggest dick and why. And this episode's segment is called Team Captain Dongs. And gentlemen, that will be He-Man, Lion-O, and Leonardo. Guys, I provided you links. Who has the biggest dick?
So I guess this is the leaders of their team, their respective team.
So Noli, that's right. These are all leaders of the group, right? He-Man's the leader of his He-Man group. Lion-O is the leader of his Lion-O group, and Leonardo is the leader of his Leonardo group.
Oh no! Oh no!
He-Man is giving it to She-Ra. Oh my god!
Yeah, who has the biggest dick?
He-Man's first. I think Lion-O's gonna be packing some meat because I don't
really Lion-O.
Yeah, based on the drawings, Lion-O is the biggest.
Are turtles known to have big dicks?
No, they have they have hooked simian turtle.
Felk, I would like it if you could explain to Cool Boy Nation right now in your sexiest, deepest voice what is going on in the He-Man, Lion-O, and Leonardo photos.
Please, Felk, take it away.
He-Man is getting blown. He is very ripped with his cross chest plate. Getting blown by a character I do not know the name of. I'm sorry.
She-Ra.
She-Ra. Okay. Lion-O is getting Lionel. I don't like the drawing of his asshole because basically there's no cheek. It's just one big hole. He's got like a one butt, like the butt heads did.
Like a real cat.
Yeah, I guess. And he's getting fucked by some blue creature.
It's Panthro.
Okay.
Panthro, yeah.
And then finally, Leonardo has no balls. He has a dick coming out of the plated armor. He's being
shell.
Well, yeah. No, the shell is technically just the back. That's why it's a half shell, right? The front's not a shell.
Hero's in a half shell.
Yeah. The front's not a shell. It's just
that's the other half of the shell.
No, turtle shells are half shells because it's only on one side. Only the back is the shell. The front's not it.
Is that what that means?
The front is called plating. Yeah, it's not called a shell.
Oh, okay.
If you have a shell on both sides, like a clam shell, that's a full shell. That's shell on both sides.
You and your classic CBA.
So it's coming out of this front plating. No balls, and I find that kind of disturbing.
Yeah, that was kind of disturbing for me too.
Because we can't see the front. He's getting fucked up the ass by another turtle. We don't know which turtle because we can't tell. It's not visible. But
which turtles do we see?
Well, so it's either Michelangelo or Raphael, because Donatello is the one licking his dick.
Guys, is it a cool but rude guy or a party dude?
I feel I'm guessing it's Michelangelo as well.
It's Michelangelo.
That's right. I think it's Michelangelo. I think you're right.
What I find weird here is Lion-O, to me, clearly has the biggest dick, but he's also getting fucked in the ass. He's the only one here not fucking somebody. He's getting fucked.
Leonardo's not fucking anybody.
He's only getting fucked.
He's getting his dick sucked.
Well,
Licked
I think Noli, you may have touched upon the best aspect of this.
Not sucked,
right?
Licked.
What's the three things all these three names have in common? He-Man, Lion-O, Leonardo.
Homosexuality?
What are they? They are called Team Captain Dongs. So, they're leaders. Well, Lion-O, he's letting somebody fuck him in the ass. He's doing what a real leader should do. Allow somebody else to lead so they can learn to become their own
Isn't Panther
leader.
the bad guy? Isn't he getting fucked by a villain?
No!
He's on the team.
He's the black guy.
He's blue. That's racist.
Well, he's the black guy.
All right.
He's the black guy of the group. He's the black guy.
Oh, the 80s were complicated. What? How come the gayest of all these characters is the one fucking a woman?
He-Man?
Yeah.
Because his fucking name is He-Man. He's pure 100% testosterone. Like I said earlier, so straight. You guys, he's so straight.
He's so straight. You're right. You know what? It took me 2 Paddingtons, but you're right. He's so straight.
He's so comfortable in his masculinity. He wears that fucking just chest plate with his nipples out and the furry fucking crotch.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And he's riding green cats. That's just not fucking...
green cats. Cringer. Cringer.
Now, is She-Ra like his cousin?
I don't remember.
Come on. Is he fucking his cousin?
Probably.
Wait, are they cousins?
Come on. Well, I think we established Lion-O is got the biggest dick, correct?
Oh, Lion-O's got the biggest dick. Now we're on to another tangent, whether He-Man is fucking his cousin.
Okay. Just want to make sure we've moved on and you can end this Love That Dong track by this point.
Yeah. No, we're in the show outro now.
Well, Googling He-Man gay does give you a lot of images.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it would.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, okay, well. Cool Boy Nation, tell us about your favorite 80s cartoons. Also, if you have any questions or any more insight into our favorite 80s cartoons, then let us know. New episodes of the Cool Boys Podcast come out every Tuesday. Follow us on Twitter @CoolBoysPodcast and join our Facebook group as the Cool Boys Podcast. Email us at thecoolboyspodcast@gmail.com. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube by searching for The Cool Boys Podcast. And be sure to rate and review us on iTunes. And you can donate to us on Patreon and receive additional episodes of Cool Boys After Dark and a Cool Boy shout out on our normal episodes that air every Tuesday. You can find the Cool Boys on Patreon at patreon.com/coolboyspodcast. Thank you for listening. Stay cool, Cool Boy Nation. Until next time, it's Byzies. From Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera, Felk.
That's Byzies from Brave Star Ballard.
Yeah, you got the best ones. I mean, I'm
Brave Star. I got the best one.
Well, I don't. Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera. That's fine, but I'm Noozles Nolan. I don't even know what the Noozles are.
I don't either.
And I wrote that.
You did write that. Noozles, isn't that like some?
It's a fucking like koala bear, and you like rub their nose, and like it's stupid.
It's like a Teddy Ruxpin thing, right?
Yeah, but Phil, there were no F shows. That's why you're the Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera. There's nothing with F.
There's Fraggle
Ballard,
Rock, apparently.
If Fraggle Rock, we could have Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock Felk.
Fraggle Rock Felk.
I am Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any surviving Autobots taking refuge among the stars. We are here. We are waiting.
This episode of the Cool Boys podcast was brought to you by...
Is there a gay porn with He-Man? I think we should do a commentary track on that.
I'm looking for
more
one.
Gay porn commentary track.
I was looking for one.
I need to at least go another 40 episodes before we do that again.
Get some
Cool boys.
so serious.